everyone. This really short video is going to cover Lesson 8, Question 1 of your study guide. So we're just going to go ahead and do the question. But before we can do that, we want to know what formula to use for the question. And this was also in your study guide. I want you to fill in the blank. So first, we have A equals blank times 1 plus r to the blank power. You can find the formula in your workbook if you would like, but the first blank is a P, and we'll find out what that stands for in a bit, and then the exponent is going to be N. A represents the amount after a period of time. So how much do you have after a year, after 2 years, depending on what the time is. P is the principal. It's how much you begin with, how much did you deposit, how much did you take out, etc. R represents the interest rate. Remember, you want to convert that percentage because that's what it's going to give you. Convert it into a decimal. And N represents the number of years. So here goes the question that was in your study guide. It says, how much compound interest will $40,000 earn in 7 years with a 2.8% APR compounded yearly, providing no deposit or withdrawals are made? The hint says to use the formula A equals P times 1 plus R to the power of N, and that's the same formula we had earlier. So first, let's find out the amount, right? We want to find out after 7 years how much do we have. So we're going to write down the formula A equals P times 1 plus R to the N power. Now we are going to plug in everything we know. We don't know A, so we put A equals P is the principal. We're starting off with $40,000 times 1 plus R is the rate. And since it is compounded yearly, which means compounded once per year, you don't have to divide by anything. Alright, so we have 2.8% right here. To convert that into a decimal, we need to move the decimal place 2 to the left, which means we have 0.028, close parenthesis, N represents the number of years. The question says 7 years, so the exponent is going to be 7. So we have that. Now what we need to do is use PEMDAS. PEMDAS, the P in PEMDAS stands for parenthesis. So we're going to do what is inside the parenthesis. So we have A equals 40,000 parenthesis 1 plus 0.028 equals to 1.028, still to the 7th power, right? So that's PEMDAS, P parenthesis. E stands for exponent. So what we need to do is we need to evaluate that exponent. So if you plug into your calculator 1.028 to the 7th power, you should get a very, very long number. I don't want you to round to 2 decimal places or 3. It makes a big difference. So I'm going to play it safe, and I'm going to round it by a few. So we have 1.2132542. So I played it safe and I rounded to 6, 7 decimal places. You could round to 5 and you should be okay. I just like to do that. Or if you use a calculator, you don't even have to round or anything. Just keep the number in there. Alright, so we have that. Now we're going to multiply by 40,000. When we do that, we get $48,530.17. So remember, because we're talking about money, you want to make sure you have 2 decimal places. That's the 17. Alright, however, the question does not ask how much do we have after 7 years. Right, so notice it tricked you and there's an answer in there, but that's not it. We're looking for the amount in interest. So to find interest, we get interest equals the amount minus the principal. How much we have in 7 years and subtract how much we put into. So we have $48,530.17 minus the principal, which is 40,000. When you do that, you should have interest equals $8,530.17, which means the correct answer is going to be B. And that is all we have for this question. If you still want to go over this, feel free to reach out to me